southwest from east right-of-way line of said 12-foot unnamed alley to be vacated to the west right-of-way line of Cecil Court Southwest, approving and accepting the replat of lots 3772, 3773, 3774, 3775, 3776, 3777, 3778, 3779, 3780, 3781, 3782, 3783, 3784, 3785, 29908, 29909, and a vacated 12-foot unnamed alley and a vacated portion of 10-foot alley joining place southwest and declaring the same to be an emergency.
Well said, Mr. Chair. Thank you. Members of the council. As Member Babcock mentioned, this is a vacation of the alleys there, the vacated 10-foot alley being Joanne Place, and also another 12-foot and wide unnamed alley. This is in the 1200 block of 5th Street Southwest. The applicant here is Rich Motz. Mr. Motz intends to vacate these alleys, replat everything all together into a .901 acre parcel, and then he will develop a proper parking area, bring in an expanded area for business, and secure the property as necessary.
Thank you. Any questions?
Yes.
Member Smith?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. What type of business does he have?
Rich Motz is a real estate gentleman. He is fixing this up. He's cleaning up the property. By all reports, he's done an incredible job cleaning the property up, and he will then market it to a viable business that can come into the city.
Any other questions? All right, thank you. We'll send that out at 6:21.
Okay, we're going to go into finance, 621. We have ordinance number 14, an ordinance amending appropriation ordinance number 55/2025, declare the same to be emergency.
Just here, just trying to make an appropriation transfer. It's going from our basically savings to checking. This account is generated by user fees only, so that money that's in there is no tax dollars. Nothing in the general fund, it's just fee driven. The reason we do the appropriation or asking for the additional appropriation is we have a couple projects we're trying to finish up before the end of the year. So we just need to move some of that money over. So we can try to shore up a couple of those projects. Right now, that fund has been trending upward, so we feel comfortable with making the transfer.
Okay, questions? Hearing none, sign that out. Move on to ordinance number 18. We have an ordinance authorizing the mayor and director of public safety to enter into any contracts necessary with Liberty Demolition and Salvage to respond to the demolition base removal of 1201 and 1203 East Tusk Street in an amount not to exceed $57,700 and declare the same to be an emergency.
Mr. Chairman, members of council, these properties, 1201 and 1203 East Tusk, located in Ward 4, were two blighted properties that were long-term problem properties within the area. And so we have doing a demo with Liberty Demo and Salvage for up to the amount of $57,700. We also were able to utilize the Stark County Land Bank 50/50 demo program on the project to demolish 1221 East Tusk, when that saved the city approximately $13,567. So with the East Tusk corridor, that renovations that we have going on over there, this will enhance the area and promote economic development for future investors.
Questions?
No, I don't have a question. I just like to say thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, hearing none, no other ones, we'll sign that out. We'll move on to ordinance number 20. An ordinance amending ordinance number 262/2015 as supplemented and amended by ordinance number 145/2015 2017, and 140, 2021, to extend the tax increment financing exemptions granted for the parcels thereunder for an additional 30 years pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 5709.51, and authorizing additional instruments, agreements, certificates, and other documents deemed necessary in connection therewith, all contingent upon a personal guarantee from Stuart Lipner or a corporate guarantee from an industrial realty group, and declaring the same to be an emergency. So, pertaining to this ordinance and ordinance number 21, the Hall of Fame Village has requested that the City of Canton do a few things, one being extending the TIF on the Hall of Fame Village, the second being that we allow them to enter into what's called PACE financing, and that'll be ordinance number 21 that I'll read next. PACE financing is a mechanism that allows them to assess themselves for improvements made that are classified as energy efficient, and there can be a whole host of different improvements. Both of these ordinances are crucially important for the Hall of Fame Village to, one, complete the hotel and water park, and two, without these provisions, there is a good chance that they could go bankrupt. So the need for us to pass these is high. Now, I can tell you, and the mayor will speak on this shortly, that over the past 2 weeks, there have been serious discussions with Hall of Fame Village as to how we can best protect the City of Canton and the taxpayers' interest in this project. The City of Canton has loaned, as all of us know, $5 million to the village for infrastructure, $3.5 million to the DoubleTree for the construction of the hotel. And if there was a bankruptcy, that money is in jeopardy. And we are doing everything that we can, and these discussions all hinge around making sure that we can have provisions and safeguards to ensure that the taxpayers are protected as much as we possibly can. These ordinances will be amended next week before the vote. There will be sister legislation that probably comes down next week that will be voted on along with this. But our focus is, one, making sure that the Hall of Fame has a chance to be successful. But even bigger than that is making sure that the commitment that the taxpayers have made to Hall of Fame is protected. And we have almost a singular focus on that. So with that being said, I'll let the mayor chime in at all.
Mr. Chairman, members of council, one thing that I decided to do is we've been negotiating with the Hall of Fame Village, and I wanted the majority leader to be in the mix with that. And John's been taking a lead role in that along with myself. But I do want to be very clear. The last thing we're trying to uncover, we're turning over every rock possible to make the city whole. And I mean that sincerely, all right? But I also want to be very, very clear that if we cannot find a way that bankruptcy probably is going to happen, and that means the city is going to be out $8.5 million, and it's just not about the city. Even though they're city taxpayers, we all live in Stark County also, and the county's going to be out $5 to7 million also, and a lot of other people. So what we're trying to do is, obviously, and it's probably going to be down to the wire, but it's going to be, and it doesn't matter what my opinion is. I want to see us get that 8.5 million back. Absolutely, I do. Because I look at when we're talking about doing neighborhoods, we could do 7 neighborhoods with that 8.5 million. We could build 2 new fire stations with that 8.5 million. There's a list of stuff that we can do. But we are continuing to talk with the village and Don Taylor with Wally and numerous people to try to find a path for us to get there. So.
And as those discussions continue, obviously, this will be third reading and vote next week. So there will be a full explanation of what those discussions lead to as it pertains to protections from the city of Canton. Does anybody have any questions on these? Yes, Member Sarah.
vote goes tomorrow, correct?
So they have a shareholder vote about taking the village private. So that is something that I would say is out of our hands, and that's up to the shareholders. But yes, that's another part of
The
the
question
policy.
is, that will determine which way we go with this, correct?
It possibly could, Council.
Any other questions pertaining to this? Hearing none, we'll sign it out. We'll move on to ordinance number 21, approving an amendment to the petition for special